This is part 1 of my tutorial on how to make my game on Scratch. It's called Let's Surf. Okay, we'll get straight into it by building our sprites first. I've got my surfer sprite downloaded here already and 2 backdrops in already, so you can just go ahead and get these ones. This one here is for the menu, and this one here will be the gameplay screen where you will actually surf the wave. So we'll just go back to our menu. We'll start by creating our sprite buttons. So we'll start with painting a sprite, and the first one will be the instruction screen, or at least how to get to the instruction screen. So just start with a small red filled box, just like that. Like that, and then enter text in here, and just make it yellow, and I like this font Scratch. So, and just make that a question mark to represent instructions, and I'll make that a bit bigger actually. And just try and center that as best you can. It's not a big deal, but always looks good. Next one we'll be creating is another sprite button. It's the exit button. So once again, get a red filled box, same size roughly, like that. Once again, get text yellow. Make this one just a big X to represent exit. That, sweet. And finally our Let's Surf button. So when we click on this sprite, we're going to program it so it actually takes us to the wave, the gameplay screen, I guess. Once again, yellow text on the red box. This one's rectangular, it's a bit bigger, a bit more obvious. Surf. Nice and big and clear. Drag these to where we want this one. There. Delete that. And this one can just go there for now. It will be hidden on our main menu eventually, but we'll just keep it there for now. So we'll start by programming our buttons. So our Let's Surf button, it will be when this sprite is clicked, so events, when this sprite clicked, we want that one to go switch backdrop to wave. And then we just want it on this one. We don't want it on our wave or on the instructions menu or anything else like that. So we'll go events, when backdrop switches to wave, we want it to hide. But when backdrop switches to menu, we want that one to show so we can click on that and get to our game. And we will have to now, went one step ahead, we'll have to create an instructions backdrop. So we'll just go to that one now. We'll paint the backdrop. So just go to a new one, and we'll make it fill with just like a backdrop surfing kind of colour. text. We'll make our text black for this one. Instructions. And can be nice and big. Like that. Make that underlined. Okay. So now we'll make a new text. Piece of text saying this will be the instruction. So we'll go to begin the game. Press the button that says let's. Whoops. Button on the menu. Okay, there's our first point done. Next. Our next point will be when you are surfing a wave. When you are surfing the wave, press the following buttons. Press the following buttons to complete the respective metrics. So, I had to start new rock samples. Computer went nuts. Just to line that. That's how it happened. So, there we go. And we'll start a new thing of text here with our trick. So, we want to program it so when you press the button A, your surf will complete an aerial. W will do a cutback. S will complete a snap. And D will do a floater. So it shows AWSD just because they're nice and close, familiar keys to everyone. So that'll be nice and easy. So that's our instructions menu done. So now we can use that as a backdrop. We'll just name that instructions for our convenience. So now let's go back to our sprites scripts. Okay, so this is for our let's surf button. So now we can add another one in here saying when backdrop switches to instructions, we want that to hide so it doesn't show up. Okay. So now let's do our exit button. This is an important button. So go. Events when backdrop switches to instructions, show. When backdrop switches to menu, hide. When backdrop switches to wave, yeah, show. To show. So that's programmed for that, but we want when sprite clicked. When this sprite is clicked, good there. So for that button, that'll just allow us to get back to our screen, our main menu screen. So if you want to exit the game at any stage, you can. Just check if I need anything else here. No, that's it, I think. So our exit button is programmed. So this is all pretty simple, and our instructions button is next. So this is an important one. Tells people how to play. We'll start with when this sprite is clicked. When the sprite click, switch backdrop to instructions. And then we'll go to our next one will be sorry, just trying to find this. Okay, when backdrop switches to instructions, show, and then we can go when backdrop switches to menu, show. We want it pretty much accessible on all things except on the instructions page, obviously. So when backdrop switches to instructions, oh no, sorry, we want this to be hidden, so we don't want our red button on when we're actually in the instructions. So that one, when backdrop switches to instructions, will be hide, and when backdrop switches to wave, will be show. Right. So that's all sweet now. Our 3 buttons are programmed. So now we can just have a play around with this. So we can go instructions, like that. Once we get into our instructions, we'll have an exit button up the top here just to get back to the main menu. But for now, we'll just keep this button here to help us get back. And then when we press let's surf, we can get to our wave where our surfer will be surfing. And we'll have our exit button and our instructions, so we can exit back to the main menu. So that's good. And now we've just got to do our surfer, and then we'll be ready to go. So we'll start with our surfer. When the backdrop for our surfer, when the backdrop switches to menu, we don't want our surfer showing up, so that'll be hide. But when the backdrop switches to the wave, we want it to show, obviously. And then when the backdrop switches to instructions, hide again. This is just so we're programming it so that certain buttons and sprites only show up in certain positions, basically. So also when we're on our wave, we want the surfer to go into a specific position. We'll just make this more actually. There we go. We want, when the game starts, we don't want the surfer to be over here, for example. We want it just under the lip of the wave to start. So about there, so we can say motion, actually, so when flag clicked, go. When flagged clicked, go to that point there, which is -54 on the x-axis and 76 on the y. So when the flag's clicked and when the game starts, the surfer will go to this exact point here, which is helpful. So now we can, I think, we'll have to make a variable for our score. So for all sprites,